Hi friends, welcome to Yuvaguru English Theory Lectures. We have theory and practical, two separate types of video lectures. In theory we cover the concepts and in practical we cover the examples. Both the theory and practical together are useful for CBSE, ICSE, various state boards across India and outside India as well. Anyone who wants to understand English better needs to download this Yuvaguru English app. Let's focus on our today's topic now. Today's topic is the prepositions, video number 5. We have covered almost majority of the prepositions up to video number 4. Now some special arrangements which are there in prepositions that we'll be covering. See here, the following prepositions require special notice. Now what are prepositions? Just to give you the summary. Pre and position. Pre means before, right? So it is positioned before the noun. So that is preposition. And it gives the relationship between the noun with some other term in the sentence. The following prepositions require special notice. Number 1, we can all use in or at with the names of the cities, towns or villages. In most cases, in is used. We use in when we are talking about a place as an area. We use at when we see it as a point. Remember the important part. In is used when we are talking about a place as an area, and at when we see it as a point means where is let's say London. So London is this here in the map. So this at that time we are talking of London as a point, right? See the examples. We stayed in Mumbai for 5 days because in Mumbai means it's an area. Our plane stopped in Mumbai. It should be on the way to Iran. It should be at Mumbai. Our plane stopped at Mumbai on the way to Iran. Means what? At Mumbai means why? Because we stopped at a point, right? We didn't enter Mumbai. How long have you lived in this village? Because you are in this village. Right? Understand the difference. At Mumbai airport, in the village. Second, we use at preposition to talk about the group activities and shops or workplaces. So when we are talking about the group activities like meeting, party, everything, so we use at. And when we are talking of shops, workplaces, then also at. Did you see Shobha at the party? There weren't many people at the meeting. Group activities, right? I saw him at bakers, shops or workplaces. At. Okay. We use in with the names of the streets and at when you give the house number. Very important. Names of the streets in, right? He lives in Church Street, right? In Church Street. And at for the house number. He lives at 45 Church Street, means this is the house number, right? So when you give house number, it's at. When you give the street's name, it's in. Okay. We use on when we think of a place as a surface. When it's on the surface. Let's see. The dog is lying on the floor, right? Floor is a surface there. Put this picture on the wall. The wall is a surface over here. That's why on. Okay. Next, till is used of time or for time also you can say. Till is used for time and to is used for place. Means when we are talking of place we use for to. When we are talking of time we use till. Let's see. He slept till 8 o'clock. Right? Time. Now place. He walked to the end of the street, right? To end of the street. We are talking of place over here, right? Next, with. This word preposition with often denotes instrument, and by the agent means by denotes the agent, with denotes the instrument. Let's see. He killed 2 birds with 1 shot. With and shot. This is an instrument. Shot means gun, right? And by agent. He was stabbed by a lunatic with a dagger. So by a lunatic. So he is a person, lunatic, right? Next, since is used before a noun or a phrase denoting some point of time. Remember, since is used when we are denoting noun or denoting some point of time. Means I was over there, when I was studying. That is used since, right? And is preceded by a verb in a perfect tense. So is preceded. Preceded means what? Proceeded means next, and preceded means back, right? Is preceding this word. Preceded is preceding by, right? So it is at the back. So since is used when we are talking of some point of time. I have eaten nothing since yesterday. Some point of time. Since yesterday, right? He has been ill since Monday last. Since means some point of time. I have not been smoking since last week. So I am talking of some point of time, right? And is preceded by verb with a perfect tense. This preceded nothing, then ill, smoking, right? Next, if in is used before a noun denoting a period of time, it means it is at the end of that period. Understand? In is used before a noun denoting a period, it means it is at the end of the period. And if you use within, it means it is the before the end of the period. Understand the difference? In and within. In means end, within means before. Let's see. I shall return in an hour means what? I shall return at the end of the hour maximum, right? And within means I shall return within an hour means I shall return before the hour ends, right? Now two very important words, beside and besides. Beside means at the side of, means I am standing beside a wall, means I am standing at the side of the wall. And besides mean in addition to. Remember, if you add s, the meaning changes. In addition to. Beside the ungathered rice he lay, right? So he was laying beside the ungathered, means at the end of the rice. Besides his children, there were present his nephews and niece, means other than his children, there were these nephews and niece also. Besides being fined, he was sentenced to a term of imprisonment, means in addition to, you can say this, right? Be careful not to use beside for besides. Means this is not a sentence, this is a warning to you. Just by changing s, there is a huge difference between the two words. Okay. Now, prepositions with the forms of transport means when you are talking about some transport forms. Forms means train, bus, anything by which you move, right? So prepositions with the forms of transport. We use by plus noun when we talk about the means of transport. Remember, by plus noun. See here, we don't use the noun when we are talking about the means of transport. We do not use the or an oblique an before the noun. What is the or a? These are called as articles, right? Watch our videos on articles. So we don't use these articles a or the. Let's see few examples. By plus noun. Okay, we traveled by train. We don't say we traveled by the train. Why? If you say by the train, it means you know some train and then you are talking of that train, right? We say by bicycle, by car, by taxi, by boat, right? We do not use by when the reference is to a specific bicycle, car or train. Now see this. Now comes the word the. When you are talking of something specific, see this. We do not use by when we know some mode of transport, means some bicycle, train, we know it about that cycle. Suresh went there on my bike, right? So I know it's my bike, that's why I don't use by. We traveled in Mr. Joshi's car, so not by Mr. Joshi's car, because we know Mr. Joshi's car. They came in a taxi, means we know some mode of transport. In fact, here you can use they came by taxi also, because taxi is not known to you. I'll go on the 7:30 bus. So on, because I know it's 7:30 bus. We use on to mean a specific bicycle, bus, train, ship or plane. Same as above. Means I went on his bike. So I know it says bike, that's why I say on. And in to mean a specific car, taxi, van, lorry, or ambulance. Means I went in a van, I went in a car. I don't say I went in a plane, I went on a plane, I went on a ship. Right? Understand the difference. We say on foot. This is separate. On foot, not by foot. He goes to office on foot. It's not by foot. So that was video number 5 on prepositions. We studied certain specific cases of prepositions. Download Yuvaguru English app from Play Store to get these videos, tests, question banks with explanations directly on your mobile. These video lectures contain theory and practical, two types of video lectures. Both the theory and practical together are useful for CBSE, ICSE, various state boards across India and outside India as well. Anyone who wants to understand English better needs to download this Yuvaguru English app. Follow us on Facebook on this link, WhatsApp us on this number for any query related to purchases. Keep studying, keep watching. Thanks.